releasing a web video detailing what they say are inaccuracies, and here is part of that now. Runs about 40 seconds. Watch.
There were two servers?
No, there was a server.
Just
that
one? And so there's only one server? Is that what you're telling me? And it's the one server that the FBI has?
The FBI has the server that was used during the tenure of my State Department service.
Secretary Clinton used several different servers and administrators of those servers during her 4 years at the State Department.
I provided the department, which has been providing you with all of my work-related emails, all that I had.
The FBI also discovered several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton to State in 2014.
Brad Woodhouse, President of Correct to Record and a former DNC Communications Director. How you doing, friend? Good morning to you, Brad, and Rich Lowry, editor of National Review and a Fox News contributor. Gentlemen, good day to both of you. I think this story's pretty straightforward, Rich. They believe she lied at least 4 times. Does it go anywhere?
Yeah, she made false statements to the public. She made false statements to Congress. The problem is, one, perjury is a very technical crime. The statute's very technical, hard to meet. And two, even if you can meet it, there is zero chance the Obama Justice Department, obviously, is going to pursue this. As soon as they got this letter, they balled it up and threw it in the trash. The Obama administration, President Obama, are completely committed to trying to make Hillary Clinton the next president of the United States. That's why they took a pass on the Comey thing and now.
I get on the legal side of it, but in an election year, how effective is this, Rich?
I think it's extremely effective because her numbers, Bill, there's a new NBC Survey Monkey poll out today that says 11% of people think she is honest and trustworthy, and it has to do with the fact that she went around not telling the truth on her emails over and over again, and that's penetrated among everyone, even Democrats.
All right, let's get a defense now from Brad. What do you think about this, Brad? You've seen it? What do you think?
Well, I've seen it. I don't think this will go anywhere. I mean, look, Rich has laid out the point. I mean, misstatements of fact or misremembering things are not perjury. I mean, in this case, their number one exhibit is just a laughable joke. I mean, if no reasonable prosecutor would have brought a case on her email setup, not even an unreasonable prosecutor would pay attention to this. I mean, 3 emails out of 30,000 had portion markings of being classified, and they were marked improperly. I mean, who's going to bring
It's
a
an
case
amazing
on that?
contrast. I mean, listen, the Attorney General can say, no, forget about it, case closed, which she pretty much has said. But when you line up these claims with what James Comey talked about, none of the material is marked classified. He disagreed with that, Brad. Point number 2, claimed the lawyers had gone through each and individual emails, and apparently that didn't happen either. The work-related emails are given back to the State Department. That didn't happen. She used only one server throughout the course of her tenure. That did not happen. I mean, listen, under a different Department of Justice, you probably have a case here, right?
I mean, there's no, Bill. There's no case here. I mean, each one of those has an interpretation to what is going through an individual email, doing a search through individual emails, or reading every individual email word for word. There's an interpretation here that would never meet
that depends on how you spell the word yoga in your search of your emails, right? I mean, that's what we've been told, right? Rich, to the point, does this go anywhere legally?
No,
When the
it doesn't go
Department of
anywhere
Justice
legally.
says, hey, the case is closed. But again, I come back to the point about an election 90 days away,
Right.
and what it does to her numbers about trustworthiness.
Yeah, there are two things here,
Go.
Bill. When there's legal, which is not going to happen. When James Comey stood up there and basically said, the facts and the law lead me to a conclusion that I'm not going to reach because it'd be so momentous politically, so I'm not going to recommend a prosecution. He basically said, I'm throwing this into the political arena. That was the whole point of his public statement for 15 minutes, which is very unusual for an FBI director to give. So this is why it's important for Republicans to do what they're doing, even though it's not going to go anywhere legally. It continues to make the case publicly, and it's for the public to decide whether she's honest or trustworthy or not, and the public overwhelmingly is saying no.
Last word, Brad.
Well, look, this just reeks of desperation. I mean, Republicans have concluded they can't beat her at the polls. They picked the wrong horse in Donald Trump. They didn't get what they wanted to out of Comey. The Benghazi committee vomited all over itself, and now this is kind of the last the last attempt here to besmirch her character in a race that it looks like they're destined to lose.
Well, good lad and Chapin say they will, quote, take appropriate action as necessary, end quote. We'll see what that is in time. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Rich. Good to have you both back on.
Thanks, guys.
20 minutes back.